What's up everybody, my name is JustJarrod and welcome back to another No Man's Sky video. Now in this video we're going to be talking about post-launch updates for No Man's Sky and what many people want to see after the game has come out, after the Hello Games team have decided that it's time to make updates for the game and add in new things that fans want or they need to fix type of things. And I want to just talk about what everybody in general wants in No Man's Sky, or a lot of people, not everybody, right? A lot of people want certain things to be in the game, and then also talk about what I myself personally want in No Man's Sky, maybe sometime after the game is out, not immediately when the game is out. I want to play the game how Hello Games intended for everybody to play it before I start asking for more kind of thing, and I'm just going to leave it at that. So let's get started with the most common request for an addition to No Man's Sky. That would be multiplayer. Everybody seems to want some kind of traditional multiplayer. Yes, there is already multiplayer, but it's really rare to find another person. We've established this in multiple videos, no need to talk about it now. People want a more traditional multiplayer, a lot of people, and that's being whether or not that's space combat where you could like get in a match with people and just shoot everybody, or whether or not to just increase the chances of finding people or be able to team up with people and create like a clan or a faction to just roam the planets and destroy things, or create like a civilization, or not really, or just live on a huge planet with a bunch of people and just like live out life and survive. There's a lot of multiplayer aspects that people have talked about, people actually want in this game, and I don't know if it will ever be a thing. I think eventually it probably will be. I think Hello Games will realize, right, so many fans are asking for this, we might as well do it. But I don't think it's going to be until a year after the game is out, truthfully, because they want everybody to play it how it's intended, and I respect them for that, and I definitely will play like that for sure, because that is the best way that I think the game can be played. So moving on to also adding on to that co-op, right? So this is kind of like a multiplayer aspect, obviously, that I wouldn't mind seeing. I don't want PvP, right? PvP is not my thing, in this game at least. Co-op, a kind of way that my friend talked to me about a while back, saying that maybe there's a way, maybe there could be a way, where if you're on your planet exploring, your friend is online on his planet exploring, if you wanted to join him, you could just teleport to him, like select his name from a menu, teleport to him, explore the planet that he's on with him, or with him or her, or whoever, explore the planet with them, and then when you're done, you just simply be teleported back to your planet where you left off. You wouldn't be able to travel with them, because then you could like move closer to the center or get wherever you want in the game quicker than actually traveling there yourself. It would just kind of be transport to this planet to play with them and then transport back. I would love that. I would love to discover with a friend, explore with a friend, mess around on planets with a friend rather than alone. But eventually, like more likely, I'll be alone, and I want that because I want to feel lost in the universe, that like surviving on my own type of feel that this game definitely shows and gives off to the community. Like, this is what the game is, this is what Hello Games is trying to create, so that is the way I want to play it. So I wouldn't mind seeing that later in the future, but PvP multiplayer I'm not really a huge fan of. If it does happen, I'm not going to hate the game, I just probably won't play it. Now, I'm going to touch on customization a bit, because we don't really know how much customization is in the game. And by customization, I mean, if I get a ship that's bright pink, but it looks awesome, and I don't want it to be bright pink, if I could, like, craft or, like, find some paint, in a way, craft some kind of paint, right, and then just paint my ship the color I want, I would love that. I've loved customization in games, maybe, like, change the color of your multi-tool. Doesn't make sense to change the color of your player suit because you can't see yourself anyways, so basically just ship and multi-tool. I think that's really all that I would really care about, I guess. That's all I want to see, just customization in some sort of facet, some sort of way. So if I get a ship, I don't like the color, I could change it, maybe give it some kind of pattern look. So that'd be cool. They could easily do that just like by putting paint in the game in some way. Maybe just making it a menu so you could just choose the color without having to have the resource of paint. But either way, we don't know if that is a thing. We're unsure. It could be. But I would like customization in some sort of way in No Man's Sky down the road in the future. It's not a huge upset. I'm not upset. I'm not going to be upset if it's not in the game. Don't get me wrong. I really won't care. But it would be cool to see later down the line. Now, another thing that people tend to want is base building in No Man's Sky, which I do not hate. I like the idea of base building eventually in the future. I've talked about this before in my base building video that I did not that long ago. And like I said before, right, the game is made, right, they don't want you to build a base. I'm just going to speed through my explanation really quickly. You could check out my base building video if you like. They don't want you to find a planet you like, build a base, and then never leave. Sean Maria said if that happens, right, they feel like, he said if people, stay on a planet, they feel like that they've failed in some sort of way because you're not exploring the universe, and that's the universe they created for you to explore. You're just sitting on one planet, chilling out there. Then again, they don't really care as long as you play their game to how you like it, if you're enjoying it, but I see what they're getting at. It is an exploration game to explore the universe, and sitting on one planet, building a base, and then just chilling there and never wanting to leave could kind of be a little, it's just not how the game, I guess, is meant to be played. I know other people will play it like that, and there's no problem with that. But like I said, when I played Minecraft, I talked about this in my other base building video. When I played Minecraft, I would always build stuff and then leave and never return, and then build more things. And then when I came back to a thing I built, a year ago, I'd be like, wow, I remember that. That was so fun building that. It was such a long time ago, and I would kind of reminisce in a way. And that's kind of what I would do with No Man's Sky, I feel. And I love base building, or I love building in games. Like Fallout 4, I probably spent more time building a base than actually playing the game. I did a lot of things. I played a lot of games where you build, and I would love that in No Man's Sky. Kind of maybe like a Subnautica feel of building bases, even though I know Subnautica was underwater. But anyways, that's my take on base building. I think it probably also will be added maybe later down the line. It's another popular topic that people like to talk about post-launch of No Man's Sky. Now we're going to touch on two more topics right here. Land vehicles and submarines. Kind of the same thing. One's on land, one's underwater. We get it. I've done a land vehicles video before. I said I was going to do a submarines video, but I decided not to because it's basically the exact same thing as a land vehicle, except underwater. Same reasons why it shouldn't be, same reasons why it should be in the game. But I'm going to just go really quickly. I don't think land vehicles or submarines are going to be in the game anytime soon. I think a multiplayer and base building will come in much before land vehicles and submarines, only because it is an exploration game, and if you can sit down in a vehicle or in a submarine, right, you can explore so much quicker. You don't get that feeling of being lost or alone. Somehow you've got this machine randomly there that I don't know where it comes from, drops from your ship, or you just summon it, pick it, drop, just throw it out of your pocket. I don't know where you're gonna keep it, but it kind of takes that away. Yes, you can traverse barren planets quicker. Yes, 9 out of 10 planets are barren, so you have to walk through them. But if you want to go somewhere quickly, just get in your ship and fly there, right? It does make sense to drive there in a car if it's slower. Or just walk, there's multiple ways, right? Some people have talked to me about maybe you could get a hover bike or a sparrow from Destiny, which I think that would be a cool idea because it's different, not like a land vehicle. I don't know. I do not know. Eventually, yes, maybe it would be interesting to just drive around on planets, when you're not having to stop and gather resources every 10 feet, because that would be annoying, getting in your car, driving 10 feet, stopping, getting out, picking up some carbon, doing the same thing, forever. That would be annoying. I could understand how that would be annoying. That'd be annoying to me. Submarines, same way. It's a survival game, right? So with submarines, you have upgrades to your suit that allow you to go deeper underwater or survive longer underwater. And if you just could get in a submarine and go there, you wouldn't use those upgrades. You wouldn't, play the game kind of how it's supposed to be played, upgrading your suit to survive. You're just getting in a ship and you'll be like, yeah, I could survive in this, right? It's a survival game, and I think putting in land vehicles and submarines really kind of navigates way away from actually surviving. That's more like thriving than fighting to survive, because you could just freaking drive away from danger, plow through animals all you want, take off in your ship. I don't know. It might be an interesting thing, maybe put land vehicles in where only factions or races use them, and then you could like rent them from a race or whatnot. I don't know, there's a lot of debate. I talked about land vehicles in another video, excuse me. You can go check that out below as well. I will link both videos down in the description, base building and land vehicles, so make sure you check those out. Sorry I'm rambling a lot, or talking through this quickly, I've just gone over it already. Another thing a lot of people want to see is large ships that you can actually fly in No Man's Sky. Now right now we know the 4 classes of ships. You know there's science ships, fighter ships, trader ships, explorer ships. 4 classes confirmed ships so far, but we do know that there is no humongous large freighter-like ships you can actually fly. Eventually I think they'll put them in the game just because it sounds like a really awesome idea. I'm not like crazily into it, like if they don't put them in I'm not gonna care because I'm a huge fan of ships as it is. I would much rather see a ship showcase room or ship gallery, which is my next point, my last topic that I want to talk about. Something I really would like in the game. I know you can only have 1 ship at a time. I don't care, like that is perfectly fine. What I want is kind of like if I were to go either into my menu, like into some kind of inventory, or maybe go like have a separate base. Not base. Alright, let's say we have a space station. Alright, let's say it's in the space station. If I go to a space station, right, you can buy trades, ships, or whatever you can do there. You can, you know, trade with NPCs, buy new ships, things like that. I kind of wish, right, there would be maybe off to the side of a space station, like a separate building floating there of a ship gallery, right, where I can go in and it'll show, right, kind of like holograms maybe. This is my idea. Holograms of all the ships that I have used and collected over time of my journey through No Man's Sky. So I could just view, like kind of in GTA, where you can just look at all your cars in your garage, right? I want that for ships. But not that I have all the ships, okay? Yes, it would be cool to have every ship, but I understand, right? Having 1 ship, it's a survival game. If you have 40 ships and you crash 1, you're like, whatever, I've got a replacement. I've got a backup. I understand that. I'm totally down with the 1 ship idea. I just want to have like a ship gallery where there's like holograms of all the ships I've collected over time, so I can just show, like, look at where I started and where I am now, all the different kinds I've bought and traded and found. You know, that's just a really cool idea. That's probably my favorite idea, truthfully, even over base building, just because I love ships in this game, and I'm gonna be a huge ship like collector if I can be, right? Even though you can't collect them, I'll just be buying a new ship all the time. I could tell, like, I'll see this one and it'll look 10 times cooler even though the stats are 10 times worse, and I'm gonna purchase it just because I choose and I make decisions in games just based on customization and just how things actually look. Anyways guys, that does it for my post-launch video. If you have any ideas for post-launch things that Hello Games could put in No Man's Sky, make sure you leave them down in the comments box below, and I'll sure to read them and check out your guys' awesome ideas. I'm sure they're cool. I'm sure that a lot of them are going to be about multiplayer because that's a huge thing surrounding the game, but just leave them down there and I'll read them. Anyways guys, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up for me. That would be super awesome, and subscribe for anything and everything No Man's Sky. My name has been JustJarrod, aka the No Man's Sky guy, and I'll see all of you guys in the next video. Peace out.